Return to Glory podcast. Hunter Zarbanicki here on my own, doing a solo pod without Austin and Dak. I am in Seattle for a work trip here before the big game on Saturday. Dak and Austin will be going in the morning on Thursday morning, so by the time you listen to this, theirs will be at the end of the podcast. We just couldn't make time changes work. Now we know how it feels to play in the Big Ten. But anyways, big game Saturday. Coming to Lincoln, the Michigan Wolverines. I do want to point out it's a big game, and I'm not trying to understate the importance of this for our season. But if Nebraska, if we were to lose this game, our season is not over. The Cincinnati game, beginning of the year, different story. That was a big game for different reasons, but the magnitude of what this could mean for Matt Rule and his future at Nebraska, the ceiling that he could climb and how soon he could get there after a win like this, that's why it's a big game. And it's also the first conference game of the year, so keep that in mind. Non-conference games, best case scenario, you go 3-0. Check that box. We did that. But now it's conference. Conference schedule's here, and we got a tough opponent to start out in the Michigan Wolverines. Here's my take. I still want to see it to believe it. I know this year's been very, very good so far for many reasons. Cincinnati game, maybe some disappointment coming out of some people, but we found a way to win that game, a one-score game. The last two games, take them for what they're worth. We've had to kind of claw our way through the talking points here with some of the different players that we're getting in the game. But now the show starts. And we are going to see what this team is made of and what the rest of this season is going to look like. Right now, I think every game is going to be a close game. I think we're going to be in a lot of one-score battles. As Matt Rule said, you win those one-score battles when you just have a little bit better players. And what we want to believe is that we do. We were against Cincinnati, just a little bit better. We'll see against Michigan. And my initial gut reaction does not feel great. I got a chance to watch a little bit of Michigan against Oklahoma earlier this week. They're just a better football team than Cincinnati. And it's going to be a battle. I do not think, and I could be wrong, I do not think this is going to be a 2 or 3 possession game. It's going to come down to a few plays in the game. And so far, we have not shot ourselves in the foot. We've done a very good job of that. But this game, we're going to see. Last time Michigan came into Lincoln, we almost had him. We had him on the ropes. Then an Adrian Martinez fumble led to a Michigan win. Here's what we need to do, in my mind, to stop Michigan's offense. The run game is very, very concerning, and that's the key talking point. Can we slow down Michigan's run game? Rule mentioned it in his press conference. The players have mentioned it. The assistant coaches have mentioned it. That is the message. How to stop Michigan's run game. Bryce Underwood, very mobile quarterback, although apparently not many designed runs, but neither did Brandon Sorsby. It's going to be a lot of maybe broken down plays if our secondary does their job. Can we contain Underwood on the second, third, and fourth efforts that he's going to be giving when scrambling? My most important key thing on defense is if we're going to lose this game and we're going to get beat, Bryce Underwood better have 300 to 350 passing yards. It better be because we sold out on the run, we loaded the box up, and he proved himself as a true freshman on the road in a hostile environment in Lincoln, Nebraska, that he can go out and be a dude and just make throws against our very experienced secondary. That's how I would attack it. And yeah, it might look goofy at times when there's no safeties over the top and we just have extra guys in the box. Because if we can't stop their base run game, good night. And we're going to know if this is the approach we're taking very, very early on in this football game. So we'll see. I think that's the concerning piece. That's the talking point on that side of the ball. How are we going to slow them down? Do we think it's going to be a higher scoring or lower scoring game? If we do it right, hopefully it sits right in there in that 20-17, 23-20. But I also don't think we're too scared of a shootout if it needs to go that way. I don't think we do. I don't think any Big Ten team does, but our offense seems very capable of doing that. And I heard this on a pregame pod here this week. Nebraska's strength on offense is their pass game, and their strength on defense is their pass defense. Michigan's strength on offense is their run offense, and their strength on defense is their run defense. So think about that. Like, who's going to win out when supposedly every team is going to be better on that one aspect of the side of the ball? What's going to win out? Our offense has clearly shown that we could be dynamic and explosive. We have some players, and yes, asterisks, who we played, that can go make some plays. And we haven't had that in a long time in Nebraska. And I say that as I think we do. I think this game's going to show whether we do or not against an opponent that is a lot more talented. I shouldn't say a lot more talented, but more talented. Michigan has more talent than we do. That's maybe my opinion, but I do think that they, player for player, are better. So then it comes down to how can our coaching staff scheme around that and find a way to win this game at home. Back to offense here. Dylan, it's your time. This is your game. You are the quarterback that is in your second year. You've learned a lot from year one, your freshman year, making some mistakes and growing from those. This is your team clearly in year two, even though it probably already was in year one. It's your time now to step up and go win a damn football game when it matters most for Husker Nation. I think he has the tool set. I think he has the mentality to do it. I really do. And that is my belief of why I think if we win this game, it's because Dylan said, nope, Bryce Underwood, you're not coming in here and getting more hype and recognition than I am. This is my team. This is our stadium. We're winning this football game, and we're going to find a way to do it. And so Dylan, ultimately, I think is going to have a damn good game. And he's proven that he can do that last year. So far this year, he's been very, very good. I've seen him in top 2 or 3 of the Big Ten quarterback rankings everywhere on social media. So Dylan's going to be the guy that just has to get us going. There's going to be adversity. It's not going to look perfect like it almost has the past couple of weeks. We've had to nitpick and claw and find stuff to pick on, which is not normal for what we've done on this podcast or as Husker fans in general the last 10 or 15 years. It's going to be a battle. Things aren't going to look good. But can Dylan Raiola and this offense find a way to overcome adversity, hopefully not overcome a turnover or two, but we might have to, and find a way to win this game on offense? Emmett is going to have a good game. He's shown to be a strong back. But he's going to have to stay healthy, and he might have to get 20 to 25 carries, depending on how the game goes. He's shown to do that against Cincinnati. Everybody says, well, eventually injuries come into conversation. We'll see. Receivers got to step up. But most importantly, offensive linemen, do your damn job. And I do think we've heard a lot of good things about this group, their experience. They got depth. Run blocking is important, but pass blocking too. We cannot have a strip sack fumble because our offensive line whiffed on a block. We've done that enough in the past. This time's over. It's time to take a step here, Husker Nation. It's time to move this program forwards. Beating a ranked team. Matt Rule's 2-20-something against top 25 teams in his career. Throw all these stats and numbers away. Let's find a way to win this week and move this program to take the next step under Matt Rule. Keep in mind, if we don't, the world's not going to collapse. At least not yet. But this is a big point. Like I said, I think there's more to win here than there is to lose. If this coaching staff is what we think they are, and the program is at a state where we think it's at. If a loss like this causes things to fall off the rail, that's a different story. That's a topic of conversation for another day. But I don't want to have to get there if I don't have to. Score prediction. I'm fired up, high on emotion. This is a big game, but let's see a win first. I know I picked Cincinnati in week 1, and we overcame that. Let's see us win another big one at home in front of the fans before I can believe and truly think that we're going to win. So, with all that being said, and what I think we need to do to win the game, and what I want to happen, and really make Nebraska football take that next step, unfortunately, I'm going to pick a loss and then probably get some boos from that. But I'm going to take Michigan 30, Nebraska 20. And we'll see how we respond to adversity if that truly were to happen. So, with that being said, we will listen to Austin and Dak here, how they break down the game, and cheer loud on Saturday, 2:30, Fox Sports. Also, by the way, before I go, Dylan did a phenomenal job of pointing himself out on social media of some silhouettes between him and Patrick Mahomes. He knows. He's not trying to mimic him. He knows who he is, and he knows who Mahomes is. Anyways, go Big Red, beat Michigan, GBR.